Okay, today I'm going to show you what I've done with my stuff as far as trying out the ElectroCulture. I've wrapped some copper wire I have coiled around some sticks to make little antennas for the garden. And I could tell a difference in all of the garden as soon as I put them in the ground. They all seemed a little stunned when I first transplanted them. And the very next day after I put the antennas up, everything got a new shade of green. It just started looking healthier. I've got one at the end of each row. I've got one in the middle of my potatoes and corn. That one's for my tomatoes. And I did all different types of styles just to see what works and what doesn't. And I've got one over here. I think this is one that has done some of the best because it really helped my cucumbers a lot. It made them perk right up. They were looking really sad for a minute there. I've had these in the garden about 2 weeks now. Here's the one for this garden. And I can tell a huge difference after I put this one in also. And believe it or not, I was having some problems with some bugs eating some leaves. And since I've put them in the ground, I haven't seen any bugs. Now, I'm not saying it drove them all away, but I'm just saying I haven't seen any bugs crawling around in the dirt in the beds where I have the coils. This is one I made also. I feel like this one was probably the best one because it has a lot of coil going up, but nothing's emerged from this bed. This is supposed to be potatoes, so not sure if it was because I didn't give the potatoes long enough to dry up after I chid them. But anyhow, and then this one is another one. Now, this may sound weird. I don't know if there's a science to this or not, but just me putting this in this pot in the middle seems to have affected the ones in the other containers around it too, because my carrots went crazy and my beets look really good now. They was looking really sad about 2 weeks ago. And just having that coil in the middle, that antenna in the middle, has helped them perk up and go crazy. Like, I can't believe how good the carrots are doing too. And if you look at my video from a couple weeks ago, how those beets looked and how those carrots looked, it's a big difference. Now, what made me start to believe there was something to the ElectroCulture was because I had took these fairy lights and run them up this plum tree. And just by me running those fairy lights up the plum tree, it made the plum tree grow like 3 times the size that it has been. Just in a couple of months' time, like 2 months, and it's bigger than it has been. Here's the other one that also helped a lot. My mint was looking really bad. I fixed that in there, and it has affected all the plants around it too. I will say this, after what I've seen just so far in the 2 weeks that I've had them in the ground, I'm very excited to see how the food production is affected by this. I mean, go ahead and try. I seen immediate results, like the very next day. I went to Lowe's Hardware. I didn't get the the gauge, the 12 gauge, 16 gauge wire. The lower you go in the gauges, the thicker the wire is. But I got some braided type. It looks like it comes out like that at the tip, so it's all braided together. But that seems to work too.